Hey you guys, what's up? It's Kijana. I want to talk to you guys about a few things tonight, and part of it was inspired by someone that I had an experience with, and I just want to talk about tonight ayahuasca, your chakra centers, and spiritual development. I'm kind of a little under the weather, but this video was really important to me to make. So I'm going to take a few minutes just to talk a little bit. Um, the first thing I want to say is that your body is super powerful. And I don't think that as humans we learn enough about our bodies as far as the spiritual aspect of it and the spiritual connection of it. The first thing I want to talk about is a little bit about my background with learning about the body, the energy, and energy points in it. As a young adult, I went to a church in Chicago called the True Temple of Solomon. Um, and there they were very centered and practiced meditation. They taught you about energy points in the body. And they used this book right here called The 12 Powers of Man. And in this book, it relates the 12 disciples of the body to 12 points in the body, 12 energy points. So as a teenager, I grew up meditating on these 12 energy points, which a lot of them correspond with the chakra centers in the body. Now, the chakra centers are energy points within the body that relate to your physical health and your spiritual health. Chakra, I believe, means center of energy, and the energy points in your body actually spin like wheels. People use chakra points for to work on healing. Chakra centers also are wonderful because they alert you. If you've ever had the feeling of having butterflies in your stomach, if you've ever been around somebody and you caught like a migraine headache or something, if you've ever been around someone and your heart jumps or you feel like your chest just lights up, these are different chakra points in the body. And if you don't know about chakras, I would highly recommend that you learn about chakras. The reason that I'm bringing up chakra points is because since doing ayahuasca, my chakra centers have been wide open. Mind you, they have been open for years, but I did not know that they were open. Like some of them were open. Like I would feel intense energy in my solar plexus area and in my stomach area when certain things would happen. I would have, my throat would like light up and like burn during conversations that were highly emotional or expressive and I needed to talk. I would get intense pain and headaches in my head at times relating to the chakra points in the head. And I also recently had experience where my heart chakra just burst open with deep, profound, pure love, which was probably the most intense experience that I've had with my chakra centers as far as them opening. Mind you, this has happened. I've been increasingly aware of my chakra centers since I've been doing ayahuasca. The first time I did ayahuasca, I felt I entered through my solar plexus and it lit up. It was just like fire coursing through my solar plexus, and then it rolls through my body. The most recent time that I went, I felt ayahuasca enter through my root chakra, which is the very base, the first chakra, and it moved and coursed up through my whole body and hit every chakra point going up. Felt like very intense heat and energy moving through my body. This is important. Being aware of your chakras is very important, because with them open, you become more in tune with your surroundings, with people that you deal with situations. Prime example is that I'm a little under the weather because I just got back from an intense weekend of doing ayahuasca and didn't give myself enough time to recover before going back to work. But besides that, my energy is still open, which I am going to actually close it tonight because I just really realized how open I am. I sat with a lady today, and her energy made me physically ill all day. How do I know it was her making me ill? Because anytime I removed myself away from her, I was fine. When I went back around her, I got sick again. My stomach, oh my God, my stomach was so sick. My head, oh my God, banging intensely like a migraine. Sick, 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 sick. That's because I was picking up on her energy. Your chakra centers alert you to different things as well. It alerts you of other people's energy. It alerts you of situations. It helps you to understand. It provides wisdom and knowledge to you. But you have to be in tune, and you have to be willing to acknowledge what you feel. Okay? So with this, the other thing I just wanted to talk about briefly is spiritual development when you're doing ayahuasca. So, man, I really don't feel good. You should see it in my face. My voice is like messed up too, but y'all bear with me. Okay, spiritual development with ayahuasca. When you do ayahuasca, you change so much, and you change quickly. You change so much sometimes that the people in your life, they don't understand, they don't recognize, they don't know how to deal with you sometimes. The other thing is that it is not easy integrating back into society after you do ayahuasca, because your perspective is different. It's like you know a secret, and like you can't really tell everybody. You know, you could tell people, but it's not necessary that they're going to understand, appreciate, or even be interested in what you do. Be conscious that once you begin your journey with Aya, you're going to be challenged to change. You're going to be challenged to acknowledge spirit. You're going to be challenged to believe. You're going to be challenged to just assert your spiritual knowledge. I want to say your graduation, because it challenges and changes you a lot. For me personally, Aya has challenged me so much, and I want to share one thing with you that happened from my last Aya experience. The last experience, the one I just had recently, Mother told me to die, and she challenged me, and she repeated it over and over again, and I literally thought I was going to die. I thought I was dying that night. So much that I called a facilitator into the room and asked her, I told her, I said, I'm going to die. My heart rate had slowed down. My breathing slowed down. I was consciously taking breaths. Like, I had to consciously tell myself, breathe. And all along, at least for a good hour, Mother was telling me, die, just die. And I'm like telling her, I don't want to die. My kids are not ready for me to die. And I was like, Mother, I'm just getting started. You know, I got stuff to do. And this went on and on. I mean, we went back and forth. And she kept telling me to die, die, die. And it got to a point where I was just like, okay, forget it. You know, I'm just going to die anyway tonight. So I wound up telling the facilitator, I said, I'm going to die. I said, but if I die, do CPR on me because I'm not ready to die yet. And she was like, okay. I said, okay, I'm trusting you with my life, okay? She's like, okay, all right, I got you. Fortunately enough, something else happened, which I'm not ready to share yet. Maybe one day I will share it with you because it is a huge change that has happened to me since I've been doing ayahuasca. A profound spiritual development. But that happened. Something else happened that took the focus off me dying. At one point I had really let go. I let go after I told her this, and I kind of took a breath and relaxed and kind of slumped. And I took another breath and relaxed and slumped again. And then I made up my mind. I was like, I ain't dying. And then it stopped. The barrage of fussing and everything, it just stopped. Something else happened. Okay, so the next day, I talked to the shaman. And I told him, I said, what you do? You put something special in my ayah? And he laughed. See, the thing was that I had told everybody I was going to do a half a cup of ayah, but when I got to circle, I was like, I want a whole cup of ayah. He filled it to the brim, to the very top. Mind you, this ayahuasca is extremely strong, like 3 times, almost 3 times the strength of what you would get in Peru. He looked very mischievous when he gave me this ayah, so I was quite aware that something was probably going to be different that night. So I told him that morning, I said, you know, Mother kept telling me to die over and over and over again, and I was like, I didn't want to die. And he told me, you should have died. I was like, and I'm just listening to him. He's like, you should have died because if you would have died, you wouldn't have been dead physically. He said, and you could have come back whenever you wanted to. He said, Mother would have taken you straight up to the universe and you would have become one with the universe. Dying represented releasing all of my connection to the physical form, connection to self and identity. And it would have been pretty much the ultimate example of trusting Mother. So needless to say, I was like, dang it, I should have died because I missed an opportunity for development. So as far as spiritual development is concerned, know that when you do ayahuasca, she's going to challenge you. And it could be based on your fears, because obviously I had some fear associated with dying. I didn't want to die. And more so, okay, so look, I could have died, but the thing was that I didn't want to die because I didn't know if I was going to make it back. That was the thing. So it was fear associated with me totally releasing. Mother will challenge you in all sorts of ways. Fear-based, probably mostly a lot of fear-based issues or things that, traumas or things that you don't want to deal with or let go of or acknowledge. She brings it and puts it right in your face. And know that to embark on this journey is not to do something just to be doing it. This is not something that you get, in quotes, high off of. This is not a high. This is a hell of a journey. So I want you to understand that, one, your chakra centers are very much involved with ayahuasca. Because when you do Aya wakes up your chakra center. She travels through your chakras to open them up, and it helps to connect you to the spirit world. The other thing, your chakra centers being woken up, being charged, being changed, also helps with your physical healing. The other thing is that, of course, your chakra centers being open also helps you with spiritual development. So pay attention when you do Aya. Pay attention to your body. Your body talks to you. After you do Aya, pay attention. Your body will talk to you. Even if you don't do Aya, pay attention to your body, because it talks to you. It alerts you. It makes you aware of something that isn't right. It'll tell you if your body's not healthy, if you need help in a certain area, if you should be conscious of a person or a situation, all sorts of things. And don't take your spiritual development lightly, because as you do Aya, I promise you, you're going to change. You're going to change in a lot of different ways. You're going to heal a lot, and you're just going to be conscious on a different level. So I hope this helped you. So this was basically about chakra centers, spiritual development, and how ayahuasca affects or enhances these things. So I hope you appreciate me recording, and I don't feel very well. Look at my face. Skin looks bad. Tried to fix my hair a little bit for you. But so anyway, and the person who challenged me about chakras and spirit, this one's for you. Take care.